People are like, who is DanielleVictor? And I'm like, bitch, it's Danny with 2 N's. Am I a fashion blogger? Maybe. Am I a storyteller? For sure. Am I a badass bitch? Absolutely. So if you're smart, you'll subscribe to my channel.
Hey guys, so The Outsider on HBO, I don't know if any of you guys watch it, but it's so goddamn good and it's about to start. So I'm gonna like just do a quick little story time because I just hit pause, but for some reason pause only works for like maybe like 10-15 minutes and then it just like starts playing and I'm like, bitch, I said pause, but it just like doesn't work. And at the same time, I drank a little bit today, not hard liquor, I'm not drinking hard liquor anymore. Or for the time being, only for special occasions. So I'm a little kind of tipsy. And I feel like making a full-blown meal, so I just made some pasta and sauce with like mozzarella cheese, so I'm gonna be eating that. So, all jokes aside, I wanted to do a story time because the Super Bowl was today. Although this video would definitely not be posted on Super Bowl Sunday. The 49ers lost. The Chiefs won. Travis Kelce is one fine motherfucker. I was supposed to be on his reality show, Catching Kelce. I would have definitely caught that ass and kept it. And I just love that he has like a girlfriend, she's black, so I just love that he loves black girls. His ass alone deserves the Super Bowl ring. So anyways, besides the point, because the 49ers played, I wanted to do a story time about why I don't want to go back to San Francisco. How I almost died there. And also my old roommate used to date Jimmy Garoppolo. They were like all over TMZ together. I don't know what happened to her. She used to be like on social media and then she started dating this guy and like kind of fell off. I should probably text her. Let me text her really quick. Do I even know her number? No. I don't know what her number is. 718. 718. No, 716. Alex. No, I have no idea what her number is. Anyways, I don't know what happened to her. She just like fell off the face of the planet. I don't know if she's on social media anymore. Oh, shit. But she used to date him, so every time I look at him, I just think of her. And her parents used to be like obsessed with her dating him, which I get. Like, he's like the next fucking Tom Brady. Well, besides the point, when I moved to San Jose to follow that toxic ass relationship out there, I got a job at this insurance company. I was living with this girl, Crystal. She used to be a drug addict. She recovered, but she was like heavy on the drinking. And she had this friend, his name was Ethan. He used to be like a bartender at a bar, but every time we'd go into the bar, number one, I was like 19. And he knew I was 19, and I get it, when you know someone, like, they'll hook you up, but still, like, I was 19 and 82 pounds, and he would give me, like, straight up martinis. So, every time we went to the bar, he was drunk. And he was the bartender. And I get it, sometimes when I used to bartend, like, I would take a couple shots at the bar, but I never got to the point where I was like intoxicated, because it's like hard to do your job. Especially like he worked at a restaurant where it was like they were serving like martinis and don't forget the 3 olives, or like, you know, very like mixology type drinks. I worked at clubs where I was like, let me get a Henny and Coke, let me get a Ciroc and Red Bull. And even at that needed concentration. So I can't imagine how he did his fucking job. But I remember this day, I woke up, she knocked on my door. She was like, let's go to San Francisco. We lived in San Jose. Let's go to San Francisco with Ethan today. He's gonna drive, he just got a new car. I said, is he gonna be drinking? It's the first thing I asked her. No, he's not gonna drink, he's not gonna drink. Okay, well, should I bring my glasses in case that he does? Because I don't know about y'all, but I am, even at 19, 18, 17, I'm at an age where I don't want to be in a situation where I know it's not a good situation, and if something were to happen, I'm responsible for something to happen. Like, for instance, when you make the conscious decision to get into the car with someone who's been drinking, even though you're sober, and he crashes and kills all of you, that was your decision. That was a conscious decision you made as an adult, and I never want to make that decision. So I had like this gut feeling, and I'm not like, I wouldn't say I have a sixth sense, but sometimes I have like these feelings where I know something is gonna happen. Like, for any of you that watched a couple YouTubes ago where I looked at Gabby when we were reading a chapter and I said, I just had deja vu. Something bad is gonna happen. Last time I felt this way, I got into a car accident, and like 2 days later, me and Gabby got into a car accident. No one was severely hurt, but still we got into a car accident. So that same feeling I had before me and Gabby got into an accident was the feeling I had before we went to San Francisco. But I still said, yeah, I'll go. Not really realizing San Francisco is like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours away from San Jose, depending on traffic. So we go, he's sober on the drive there, so I'm feeling like, okay, like this is fine. We get there and we're like sitting on the beach and it's fucking freezing. Like, it's not even warm out, like I have a hoodie on. I damn near need mittens, and her friend Ethan is just drinking and drinking and drinking. Like, uncontrollably drinking, like drinking tons of liquor. And I look at her, I go, how exactly are we getting home tonight? She goes, he's fine. I go, he's not fucking fine. He's literally drinking a 40 out of a paper bag right now. We're not fine. So time goes on, we get there during the day. He's like with a bunch of fucking people. I'm not even vibing with anyone. It's not like a group of people that I would vibe with. Crystal's drunk, he's drunk, I'm sober, completely sober. Like, I knew in my mind, I'm gonna drive his whip even without my glasses, because I wear glasses. I have to technically wear them when I'm driving. It's like on my license that if I get pulled over at nighttime and I'm not wearing my glasses, I could get a ticket because I'm blind without them. So we're sitting at this beach. I'm looking at them, I'm irritated. I wanna go home. Like, I'm already a homebody, I don't wanna be here. But I don't say anything because I'm not gonna kill everybody else's fun. I'm just waiting for them to be done so I can finally be like, can we leave? I'm driving. Oh. Hold on. So, I'm so stuffed. I can't eat another bite of that pasta. It was good though, but not what I was in the mood for. I don't know what I was in the mood for. I could have gone for like a ribeye steak, to be honest. A ribeye steak and like 7 glasses of wine, a makeout sesh, a cuddle sesh, a long session of sex, and a good night's sleep, maybe a little weed to go with it. I don't know, but that's obviously not what's happening tonight. So I'm just gonna go ahead and eat that shitty pasta and drink this shitty wine and tell you this crazy story. So anyway, he's like, all right, let's go. So we're walking back to the car and I said, hey, I'm gonna drive home. And he's like, I just got this car, nobody's driving it but me. I go, okay, well, I'm not getting in the car with you because you're obliterated. And when I tell you this man was obliterated, shit-faced, drunk, not okay, not fucking okay. So he's arguing with me, but he's arguing with me in like an abusive manner. Like, when I was younger and I moved to San Jose, I was dealing with someone who was abusing me already. So I tolerated the nonsense. So when this dude's talking to me, I know it's not okay. It's registering up here. I know that a man is not supposed to talk to a woman like this. 2, I also know he's fucking shit-faced. 3, I also know this is a really bad situation. 4, I also know that I'm 2 hours away from home. 5, I'm super broke. I'm literally a college student living off pennies. 6, it's really late on the East Coast. I can't call my parents. I don't know what to fucking do. 7, can't call Gabby. She sleeps through a fucking tornado, blizzard, a fucking bomb that went off in the bathroom right next to her. She would sleep through it. So after like 20-25 minutes of arguing, he's like, I'm driving. So he's driving and he pulls over and he stops at a liquor store. I'm like, this is a fucking nightmare. And that gut feeling, that something terrible, like something awful is gonna happen, is like in my stomach. And I want to tell this to anyone who's watching, especially when anyone who has like some kind of sixth sense or is like a little bit tapped into the spiritual world, and you like have dreams and those dreams come true, or you have feelings and those feelings come true. If you have a feeling like this feeling I had in the backseat of his car, do not ignore it. Pay attention to it. It's real. Your mind, your body, your spirit guides are telling you something. Do not ignore it. I ignored it, and I was also really young, and I also just wanted to get home. And I thought, okay, like, I've been in cars with drunk drivers before, maybe like this will be okay, not understanding the level of how drunk he was. So he's in the liquor store buying more liquor. Me and Crystal are arguing. She's obliterated too. I'm the only one sober. I go, Crystal, if I'm the only one sober, you need to convince him to let me drive. She's like, no, he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. I'm like, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you. So he gets in the car and we start driving, and I can already tell. I'm like, I'm gonna die tonight. I was literally like, I'm gonna die tonight. I'm never gonna see my family again. I'm never gonna see my sister again. I'm literally dying tonight. So he pulls on the off-ramp to get into the highway to go back to San Jose. But when he pulls in the off-ramp, and honestly, I think this was the blessing in disguise. I think this was God looking out for me. When he turned to the off-ramp, it was very like, it was like one of those off-ramps that's like very curvy, like it curved. He was going 90 miles per hour on that off-ramp. And because he was going that fast, he crashed in the off-ramp. And I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. It's like that when you're gearing onto a highway, but you're not on the highway yet. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think it's called an off-ramp. I don't know what it's called in LA. In the East Coast, it's called an off-ramp or on-ramp. On-ramp. Off-ramp is when you're getting off, I guess. So he's on the on-ramp and he's going 90 miles per hour and he crashes. He's going around so fast that he loses control of his brand new car and crashes into the guardrail. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. So I'm like, we're about to spin out of control. We're gonna get hit by a Mack truck. Like, life is over, blah, 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 blah. So he hit it so hard at 90 miles per hour. We do like a spin, but we spin into the breakdown lane and his car just like dies. Like, it's done, like total. And I'm like in complete and utter shock. Crystal's in complete and utter shock. He's in complete and utter shock. And I'm in the back seat, and it was like kind of one of those moments where I'm like, even now when I think about it, like, I get like really shaken up when I think about this night. I'm like, that was literally like God. That was God, like, you need to learn a lesson here. I'm not gonna take you out. I'm not gonna end life for you here at this moment, but you need to learn from this. You should have never gotten to his car. You should have done what you had to do to get home safely, but you, as a woman, as an adult, had a decision. Your life was in your own hands, and you put your own life at risk getting into this man's car, knowing he was as drunk as he was, knowing he stopped at a liquor store to get more liquor when he's about to drive home, knowing that this man could fucking kill you or kill somebody else or kill a whole goddamn family on his way back. I made that conscious decision as a woman, and God saved me. And I learned from that night. I've never, ever, ever done some shit like that ever again in my life. Every time I go out, like for instance, I went out tonight with Winter and we hung out with one of our homeboys, and he drove us to the club. And before I got into the car with him, I said, "Are you drinking tonight?" He said, "Yeah, but if I do, I'm just gonna leave my car there." Mind you, I went home on my own, but I always make the conscious, like, gut feeling to ask, "Are you drinking tonight? What are you doing tonight? Like, what are you willing to take on responsibility for everyone that's in this whip? Can you do that?" So we crashed the car. The airbags explode in the front seat. So Crystal's face is fucked up. His face is fucked up. And the first thing he does is get out of the car, and he's telling all of us to get out of the car. So she hops out of the whip. I said, "I'm not leaving the fucking car." So he's screaming at me. Like, this man is screaming at me to get out of the car. I'm like, "I'm not leaving the car. I'm calling the cops. I'm waiting for the cops to get here." So him and Crystal book it. Like, it's like literally he crashes his car. They're both drunk and they take off. Like, they're like running down the highway just so they're not there when the cops show up. So I call the cops on my cell phone. The cops show up. I explain to them what happened. I don't give a fuck about this dude, Ethan. This motherfucker put my life at risk. I'm like, he was shit-faced. I told him to let me drive. I'm sober. He wouldn't let me drive. He did 90 on the on-ramp. We crashed the whip. God willing, no one was fucking hurt. They took off. So the cop, like, you know, takes down his license plate, takes the registration out of his, you know, what is it called, that thing? I don't know what it's called. The side panel, not the dashboard. I don't know. He takes it out of that thing. They give me a ride to the police station, but they tell me that they can't give me a ride to San Jose. Like, that's not what cops do. And I'm so stressed out because I'm like, okay, if Uber didn't exist at this point. This is when I'm a young buck, like very young. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So I call a cab. The cab is $150. I didn't even have $150 to my name. So I swipe my card and I go negative. I'm like, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna have to ask my dad for money tomorrow when he wakes up. So I swipe my card, I go home. I can't fall asleep in the cab because the cab driver's super creepy. I'm like, this might be one of the worst nights of my life. So I finally get home. Cab driver drops me off. He's like trying to ask for my number when I get out. I'm like, no. And I think of like how dangerous it was back in the day when you're taking like these cabs and like, I mean, Uber and Lyfts are dangerous too, but when you take cabs and you have somebody driving you, but you have no picture of them, you don't have a license plate of them, like that whole situation in itself is so dangerous. Like that movie Bone Collector, if any of you have seen that with Denzel Washington, it's a great movie. But he used to find people that he would murder in his cabs. Like, it's just like cabs are not like the safest thing on the face of the planet. So I finally get home. She's not there. They're probably somewhere walking around fucking San Francisco trying not to get arrested. I honestly, to this day, have no idea what her and Ethan did after they booked it from the scene of the accident. I'm pretty sure he probably got a DUI because it means your car that's registered in your name is on the side of the fucking highway. So I'm pretty sure he probably got a DUI, got fucked for a little while. After she got home the next day, I couldn't even look at her. I couldn't stomach to talk to her. She like banged on my bedroom door. I was like, get the fuck away from me. Like, was the beginning of the end of whatever relationship I had with that chick, but I'm pretty sure she fucked my ex-boyfriend who used to beat the shit out of me, so I guess there was really no relationship to begin with. But I know that some people want to fit in. I know that some of you are like, let me say yes to doing this because I don't want to be by myself, but I have to tell you guys, it's great to be by yourself, and it's great to be home, and it's great to be safe. Mind you, I mean, like an asteroid could come crashing into my living room right now, and that could be like the end of my existence, but I'd rather that happen in the comfort of my own home, in the comfort of my own company, in the pleasure of my own being, than say yes to something that I have a gut feeling that I shouldn't do because I feel like I shouldn't be alone. And I didn't understand that back then because I was young and I was dumb, but I'm older now and I'm more wise, and I'm telling you and anyone who's watching this video, do not feel like you need to hang out with people that are going to put you in a very negative and bad situation, because sometimes when you put yourself in those situations, those people aren't going to listen to you. They don't give a fuck about what you have to say. They don't give a fuck if you make it home safe. They don't want to be out by themselves, but they are by themselves because they don't care about your company. And that is the realest shit that anyone will ever say to you in this entire life. Just because someone asks you to go somewhere doesn't mean they care that you're there. And that is true. That is fucking facts, okay? Know that, remember this story. If you are out and you are unsafe, if your friends, or even if you're a mother or a father and you're watching this and your son goes out, if you haven't instilled in their mind that they can call you or call a cab, or if they can't afford it and they can't tell you, hey mom, I snuck out, I went to this fucking party tonight, I need to get home safe, you need to instill it in your children that you were there and you will get them home safe, because it's better than them dying in some fucking accident with somebody who like drank and didn't take care of them. So, I mean, I'm not trying to like be all like melodramatic during this video. I'm just saying that life is fucking short. If you can't afford an Uber, call one anyway. If your card goes negative, fuck it. It's better than fucking your life being negative and being over. So figure it out. It'll all work out. But trust and believe, you guys, that fucking voice in the back of your head, that feeling in the pit of your stomach, that little inner voice that's telling you, don't go, don't hang out with this person, don't do this, don't do that. You need to start listening to that, because I've ignored that so many times, and by the grace of fucking God, literally by the grace of God, I'm literally here and I'm able to tell these stories on my YouTube channel, because I've made some fucking stupid decisions, but I've made those stupid decisions after ignoring that little that little feeling in the pit of my stomach, or that voice in the back of my head. I'm not ignoring it now. Like I told myself tonight, I was out, I was having a great time. I had a great night tonight. But there was like something in the pit of my stomach, and I was like, I need to leave and I'm gonna go home right now. So I left and I went home right then. I didn't say bye to nobody. I literally did the Irish goodbye. I just called an Uber, went outside, came home. Mind you, maybe nothing would have happened, but I had that little inkling in the pit of my stomach that was like, you need to go home right now. So I went home right now, and here I am filming this YouTube video. So I want to say cheers to making bad decisions if you're able to, you know, later on tell about your bad decisions, and cheers to making smarter decisions in the future. We've all been there. We've all made mistakes. The point is, you got to learn from your mistakes, grow from your mistakes, and not keep making them. So pay attention to what your mind is telling you, what your gut is telling you, what your spirit guides are telling you. Don't do what you feel like you have to. Don't hang out with people because you feel like you need to be there. Okay? Don't do it. You don't have to. Okay, well, The Outsider is about to start playing right now, so I'm gonna end this video, and I rambled on for I don't know how long this is, but don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Don't forget to be smart and safe and protect yourself above anything else. Protect your family above anything else. Don't drink and drive, most importantly. Do not hesitate to take the keys away from a friend who's about to drink and drive if you care about them. And even if you don't care about them, if you see someone obliterated and you see them about to get in their car and go home, step the fuck up. There's not enough people stepping the fuck up. Put your fucking foot down, be like, hey, I don't even know you like that, but I'm gonna bring you home tonight because I haven't had a lick to drink. Or whatever, sip to drink, whatever that saying is. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, XXO Danielle, Swallow It Podcast, The Official Victor Twins, 3 different pages. Don't forget to, I don't know. Don't forget to spend some time by yourself. Have a glass of wine by yourself. Watch The Outsider on HBO by yourself. You know, life is good. You don't always have to be with people. You don't always have to be out doing what you think is cool, because this right here, watching Outsider on the couch by yourself in the safety of your own home, that's cool. That's cool too. I went out for a little bit, I socialized for a little bit, and I took my ass home when my mind and my body was telling me it's time to go home. And you can do the same too. Don't ever feel the pressure of society to do shit you don't want to do, because that's when people start getting in trouble. And that's how I got myself in trouble. I didn't want to go to San Francisco, but I went. And every time I think of San Fran now, like I recently had someone reach out to me and was like, come visit me in San Francisco. And I was like, I can't go back there. Like anytime I go there, I feel like I'm gonna think of that night, and that night gives me severe anxiety. So that's why I won't go back there, and that's why I don't want to go there. And that's my story about San Francisco. And the 49ers lost tonight in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs won. Shout out to Travis Kelce. Fine, motherfucker. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys. To the moon and back. Bye.